One of the other things about your when you first became champion there in WWF was it was a transition because prior to you, it was a big man's game.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying earlier. Is I think that the wrestlers of today, they didn't grow up watching, Dusty Rhodes, and they didn't grow up watching Hulk Hogan, and they grew up watching Bret Hart, and that's the way they wrestle. That's the way they wrestle today. And I think, the generation that Vince referred to it in that thing last week on Raw, that Bret Hart night, but he mentioned it as sort of the Bret Hart era. But I do think that when I became champion, it wasn't about I didn't have 24-inch arms. I wasn't 6'8", and I didn't look like Warrior either, and I didn't look like, even Macho Man was kind of different. I was the first sort of mid-sized guy to get sort of really. Maybe Randy too. I think me and Randy were the first ones to really start making it about the wrestling. And I don't think people remembered me necessarily at the time because I got sort of stuck with the belt at a funny time in the business. Hogan had got questioned on steroids on the Arsenio Hall show, put him in a funny light, and steroids became a big thing. And Vince had his trial, and they thought he was selling steroids to the wrestlers, and there was sex things going on with the ring crew that became headlines, and the business was in a bad slump. Hogan sort of jumped out and left everyone, abandoned the wrestling because he was going to do Hollywood. And there was those saying, like, where's wrestling go from here without Hulk Hogan? And I think, to be really honest, I was the first real, this is the way wrestling's going to go without Hulk Hogan. It's going to go with Bret Hart, and we're going to go into wrestling. We're going to go completely the other direction.